this blanket washed. Just about so big it won't fit in the wash machine. There we go. Let me finish vacuuming here. Stormy, honey, you're going to have to get up off the cord. Stormy, come on, buddy, get up off the cord. Get up off the cord. What are you laying there like that for? Huh? Wait, what is this? New guitar. New guitar? Like, how new is this guitar? Oh my God. I've not heard not one word about getting any new guitar. Oh, I'm so tired of this. Herbie!
Which way'd you go, Storm? You know, for some odd reason, I get this sneaking suspicion that I'm the only one in this house that really appreciates New Guitar Day. Strange. Welcome to the show. Hey, Herb here from Fireside Studio. I bet you couldn't guess what type of guitar I've bought this week. Anybody that watches the channel knows it's going to be a Kramer. But which one? Let's take a look and see. Well, the other day I was doing my daily ritual: coffee, bagel, bacon, shopping on Sweetwater, going to Z-Sounds, looking on AMS Musical Supply, just doing the regular things, you know, your regular wish list. When suddenly I saw a deal that I thought, well, what's going on here? This can't be right. This price is just unheard of. Anyway, the guitar that I purchased was regularly $379. Get rid of this bottom box. It was $379 regular. Oh wow, yeah, here can't lose this. Love the stickers. So it was $379 normally, and suddenly I see it listed on a site for $229. Now I've been looking at other guitars. I think I found the Illusionist somewhere. Don't remember where I saw that. Zounds, maybe Zounds. I saw the Illusionist, and it was greatly reduced. I think around $500. I've seen on Reverb the one from Karate Kid with the Blue Lotus. It was his headset, his headband. Nobody noticed that. The Lotus Kramer is I think it's a Kramer Beretta. It has the drop D tuning, but that was the headband from the Karate Kid, and I noticed it had been dropped down to 500 and something. But most of these were blemished, and suddenly I see this guitar listed at $229. I thought, oh, what's going on with that? That's not quite right. What's happening here? So I go from Sweetwater to Zounds. Oh, sure enough, it's listed at $229 on Zounds. Oh wow, they're having a big sale. So I go on to American Musical Supply. Guess what? $229. Big price drop, $350. And I've seen this guitar when it came out a couple of years ago, and was very interested in it. Mainly for nostalgia. You know, mainly for nostalgia. The Kramer Pacer. So I picked one up. So anyway, every site that I had checked on had discounted this guitar to $229. And I thought, well, that's a deal I really can't pass up. I've got to pick up one. So I looked at them, decided on the red. I mean, if you've seen my channel, you've seen the purple Beretta Special, which is on the wall. You've seen my blue Beretta Special, which is on the wall over here. And I'm sure you've seen it in my videos in the background. You've seen my regular Kramer Beretta. But like I said, I looked at these Pacers, and I've always been interested in it. My favorite configuration is my SM1, which is a humbucker in the bridge and two singles, single in middle and single in neck. So I saw this and thought, oh great, let's go ahead and get one. You know, you can't beat that price. So I mean, so here it is. Not that I need another guitar, you know, kind of guitar poor. Now, about the guitar, it's a, I guess it'd be a Beretta body. It's alder body, maple neck, maple cap, matching headstock, and the headstock. What the headstock was originally, Kramer had the Fender headstock, and I guess they got some flack through Fender, and Fender said, if you don't cease and desist, you know, we're going to take action. So they basically cut the little dip out. I'll throw a picture up so you can see it. They basically cut the little dip out, so now you got a kind of like an eagle beak or a bird beak guitar. And I've never had this one. I've got the other two. I've got the hockey stick or the banana headstock, and then I've got the I call it the Skeksis. If you've seen, I can't remember, it was what was it? Back in the '80s, it come out. Something of the stone. Or the crystal, the dark crystal, the Skeksis. I think the SM1, the headstock looked like one of the Skeksis. I call it my Skeksis guitar, excuse me. But anyway, like I said, I thought, you know, what's going on? They're either trying to move product, move the guitars out, make room for new, or they're going to discontinue something. But at $229, I figured I better pick it up, so I did. So anyway, alder body, maple neck, maple cap. These are, I'm sure, going to be cheaper tuners. They're non-locking tuners, but it has an R2 locking nut. And it has a licensed Floyd Rose or Floyd Rose Special. Let me see what it says, Special. Floyd Rose Special. And they are the cheaper Floyds. I mean, they're not, they're by no means a expensive Floyd Rose. You know, a regular Floyd Rose is going to cost more than the guitar did. I think a Floyd, I was looking the other day, $250 or so for a regular Floyd Rose. I give $229 for it. What's the difference? Thank you for asking. I think the biggest difference with the Special and the Floyd Rose, the licensed Floyd Rose, is the metal. The metal is not as good, probably not as hard, cheaper made, etc., and so forth. And what I think will be the problem, you know, if you're a Floyd Rose dive bomb king and you really work your Floyd a lot, changing strings 2 or 3 times a month, so forth and so on, you're going to begin to have problems where the metal is cheaper. Now, how do you compensate that? Well, you know, if you look around my studio, you see loads of guitars. I'll not play it as much as would be required to mess it up. So I'm satisfied. Would I consider this a beginner guitar? No, I wouldn't. Floyd Roses have their issues to begin with. If you are used to them, it's not a problem. But for the beginner, the Floyds, they may be enough to drive you away from playing. Oh, that's too much. I can't keep it in tune. You know, it's always doing this, always doing that. So why bother? And they just put it down. Hardtail for a beginner, hardtail, and adjust into it. If you're wanting to do the 80s thing, yeah, great. You know, I hope you have someone to teach you. Anyway, so it's a Floyd Rose Special. It has Alnico 5 humbuckers in it. Now, at some point in time, I will probably change this. I'll probably change a few things with it. I'm going to make this a project guitar, which I said that with the Berettas and haven't done much besides change a couple of pickups. But definitely we'll look at changing pickups. Don't know if I'll go with the DiMarzios or if I'll look at Seymour Duncan's. I like both. I love the JB. I have the JB and my yellow Beretta. You see it all the time on the channel. Love the Beretta. Love that Seymour Duncan JB, but also like the DiMarzio, like the Super 2s and Super 3s and the regular Super Distortion. I'd like to try out the Tone Zone. I think that was originally designed for Eddie Van Halen. I'd like to try out the Tone Zone. Air Norton, I believe, was another one that was designed for Eddie, and he picked something different, and they kept those. I don't know the exact full story, but it's something those lines. I think it was Steve Lukather that said, "Hey, use this," and then he went with it. But I wouldn't mind putting the Tone Zone and maybe an Air Norton. Give it a listen, see what it feels like. But let's see, where was this one made? China. I think my others have been made in Indonesia. I do have another one from China. I never have really set it up. It doesn't play the greatest, but that's partially because I haven't set the thing up yet. Amazingly enough, wow, the frets. It's nice. There's no sprout, there's no catch whatsoever. Now there are 10 gauge strings on it. I'm not a 10 gauge player. I play 9 gauge. So that will be one of the first things. That may be something we do for video next week. But it will go from 10s to 9s. Now the electronic configuration you have. This is something I don't like with it, and I will be changing this. Volume, volume, tone. This volume goes to this pickup. No, I'm sorry. This volume goes to this pickup, your bridge pickup. Your middle volume goes to your bridge pickup, and then you have a master tone. Then you have a mini toggle 3-way switch. And I don't know about that. This is all tribute to the 80s. This was kind of patterned, or maybe exactly patterned from an 80s guitar, and they used a lot of the mini toggles. That really doesn't feel. But again, I'm not going to be playing this on an everyday basis. I'm not touring, so it's not going on the road, and it won't be out for 2 hours a night. So there's that. But what I will probably do, number one, I'll probably put in push-pull pots. I don't believe these are. They're not. I will probably put in push-pull pots. That way I can split the coils on these pickups. And I will probably adjust this to where this volume knob goes to your bridge pickup, and your middle volume knob goes to your neck pickup. And I've also seen people that take the volume or the tone out completely and make it a selector, not a selector, but where you can split your coils. But I think what I'll do, like I said, is I will probably just buy push-pull pots, change the electronics out. These cheaper guitars, the potentiometers are not the best in the world. It arrived yesterday. Let's get a bit of a setup on it and see what we can do with it. I'll catch you in a minute. All right, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. First of all, I'm not sponsored by anyone. My channel is one of the lower channels as far as membership. I think I have just over 300. So no major online retailer is going to sponsor me or send me a Kramer to test run and see what I think about it. Not to mention it's 2 to 3 years old already. But it took me roughly an hour to get this guitar in shape to where I felt I could give you a decent sound bite from it. The tension was wrong on the springs in the back. Again, this is a Ford Road Special, so it is not a top-notch tremolo. It is actually the lowest level. I think the lowest level. Maybe the licensed Floyd Rose would be lower. This is the Special, so one of the two. I'm not sure which, but it took me a while to balance the tension between the springs and the Floyd before I could get it stably in tune. Now I've watched several videos, so I'm sure most of you all have. And again, I'm late to the game, but 229. I wanted to let people know, hey, good deal on the guitar. But like I said earlier, it is not for a beginner. A beginner would have no idea what to do. A beginner would have to take this to a reputable Lutheran or their local guitar shop and spend $150 to $200 on a setup. Well, you spend $150 on a setup for a $200 guitar. I mean, do the math. It's not very feasible. So as far as beginner, no. Do not pick this guitar up if you are a beginner. If you played for a year or so and have a little experience with Floyd, yeah, great. It may be worth it to you. But like I said, it took me roughly an hour to get things lined out as far as tension and the Floyd. I did see a thing on Anderton's video where they said they took the tremolo and just shook the shit out of it. And after doing that, and roughly 30 minutes or so, it fell into place. I did the same thing. I grabbed the tremolo and I shook the shit out of it. After doing that and adjusting for a little bit more, I finally got it to where I feel it's stable. So let's give it a shot. Now what I'll be playing into is my Abbott 11 rack, great piece of gear, directly into the computer via Persona's 81010C interface. Let's give it a shot and see what it sounds like.